Jungsik is a Korean contemporary fine dining with 3 Michelin stars. There's only 5 restaurants in New York City that has such accolades. As a sous chef, there's a lot of pressure, but it is my job to make sure we send all the foods at the highest quality and consistency. Before I joined Jungsik, I used to own a small takeout restaurant in New Jersey. I never felt like I was improving. That's what I love about this job. It just makes you grow as a person, makes you grow as a chef. Good morning, guys. Welcome to Jungsik. My name is Klay. I'm a sous chef here. It's 9 a.m. We have a lot to do. Let's get you guys inside. This is our main dining room. We will do 60 to 80 covers every night. Let's get you guys inside the kitchen. This is our service kitchen. Before service, this is our prep area as well. But during the service, that table right there is our garmo. That's where we send our amuse-bouche. This right here is our rice station and meat station. And right over there is our fish station. And this is our pastry area. I gotta go downstairs and check the allergies. Our management office is right here. This is where we're gonna print out our papers. Our restaurant is very heavy fish based, but there's a lot of people who comes in here with vegetarian or vegan or no fish in general. Some of these dishes, some of these proteins, it's very expensive and we wanna make sure they get their values. As for substitution, we try to look for something that's a little bit more similar in texture, if possible with the flavor as well. So it feels like they're not missing out much. Morning, Steven. We're at our dashboard here. We're gonna put this list right here so our line cooks can see it. So if there's any allergies that they need to see, so they can adjust to what they have to do for their prep that day. It's 9:30 right now. As a sous chef, I do anything from making stocks to butchering fish to training new line cooks. The first thing I gotta do is making a smoked fish base stock. We only have access to 2 types of wood chip, which is apple wood chip that I'm using right now and hickory wood chip. But we're trying to smoke a fish, so it's better to use an apple wood chip. Hickory wood chip is for heavy meat like red meat, like a beef or pork, whereas apple wood chip is a little bit more subtle, so it works well with like a white meat like a fish or chicken. The ultimate goal is to dry out the wood chip as much as possible in the back oven. So when we're actually burning the wood chips, it burns a lot efficient and it burns a lot easier. This is a cod. White flaky fish tends to give a more clean flavor profile to it rather than other fish. The fish needs to be dried properly. Think of it as like water being an extra layer that's preventing fish to get smoked properly. As we dry it out more, the smoke can get inside the fish a lot easier. And I'm just gonna bring this upstairs so we can start smoking this fish. These are the ingredients that we're gonna need to finish up our smoke-based stock. This stock ultimately becomes for our second course, the striped jack dish. It's our version of hue muchim. It's basically raw sashimi style in Korean. You really want to see every single piece of this wood chip to be on fire. Otherwise, if the fish doesn't get smoked properly, 2 blowtorches. If you do with 1, it takes way too long. It's also important not to make this wood chip into ashes. Otherwise, it's just creating a little bit more bitter flavor to it. Now that the wood chip is well lit, we're gonna put the fish on top like this. And make sure that all this smoke does not escape. I will usually smoke for around an hour. Voila, no smoking coming out. We're just finished with the smoking fish. It's 10:30 now. Now we're gonna be making an octo reduction. Octo reduction, we turn that into our octo aioli, which goes on with our octopus dish. When you're cooking the octopus head, there's a lot of moisture locked inside. So we just want to make sure all those parts get exposed to the heat when we're cooking. This membrane tends to block the juice that's inside the octo head when it gets exposed to heat, which later it's gonna bring more fishy flavor to it. So we just want to make sure it's clean and nice. Octopus is like one of the most fragile when you're cooking it. Once the skin of octo gets ripped off. That's when you lose all the juiciness and all the tenderness that it has. That's Tom. His Korean name is Donggun. He's mastered how to cook octopus. If you look at it, the head's gone. That's where we used the octo reduction earlier. The other half gets cooked in that pot for over an hour till it gets tender and juicy. The octopus dish, we cook the body part and the legs part inside our radish, scallion, and kombu water. Similar technique to sous vide. During the service, we coat it with the cornstarch. We fry it very quickly till it gets crisp. Octo reduction becomes into a paste, which we make sauce with aioli, which complements our octo dish itself. I'm just gonna throw away some of these liquids. If we use all these liquids, it's gonna be too fishy. We're just gonna put our vegetables. It contains onion, scallion, and garlic. And now I'm gonna add octobase. Octobase is a mixture of spicy flakes, soy sauce, and this golden liquid called yondu. It's really like a extract of vegetables, and it's almost like MSG, I would say, but it doesn't contain actual monosodium glycine. It really brings the flavor out. Now I'm gonna be putting dashi, which is a mixture of kombu and dried fish. There's so many small details that goes inside. You can't finish all this with one person. This is all of team effort, and we're just gonna leave this, reduce a little bit more until the flavor profile comes up the way we want. It's 11:15 right now, so let's go into our smoke base. A moment of truth to see if the fish has been smoked properly. Alrighty, it's been smoked very well. You can tell correctly when the fish is golden brown like this. Let's get the stock going. Everything that we've done so far is drying the wood chip inside the deck oven, smoking the fish, waiting until it gets golden brown and smoked properly. This was all led to just make this stock right here. This stock ultimately becomes for our second course, the striped jack dish. Shimaji is fish we bring it in fresh every day. We butcher the fish and we roll it into a circular shape, and with that shape we put white kimchi mixed with sesame leaf and chopped kombu underneath the fish. On top of the fish we'll put the pickled tomatoes and fried kombu, and on top of that we'll put caviar covered with micro cilantro. At the end, we sauce it with our striped jack sauce. Smoke base, we mix with the heavy cream and citrus acid. Therefore, it's creating that striped jack sauce. And with that striped jack sauce, we mix with the chive oil, and then we pour that into our striped jack dish. The dish itself is acidic, it's creamy. There's a little bit of a burst taste to it. The uniqueness of a caviar just popping in your mouth. It's truly one of a kind dish. We're gonna cook our vegetable first. Most of our dish has stock involved into it. Really, those stocks take many days to accomplish. Even this smoke base, we had to make a fish stock previously in order to accomplish this smoke base. Ultimately, I think that really makes our restaurant very unique. I just want to avoid breaking the fish too much. As it gets break down more, it's gonna just bring a more fishy flavor to it. This is alcohol. It's a mixture of a white wine and vermouth. The alcohol, as it evaporates, it gets rid of those fishiness to it, and it really concentrates the flavor as well. I don't smell any hints of alcohol left anymore. I'm gonna add our herbs, which is a mixture of thymes and tarragon to help bring more clean taste to it. It's been about an hour 30 minutes. Well, I'm just gonna take both downstairs and then I'm gonna start straining. For smoke base, I'm gonna strain through a perforated cocktail pan and get rid of like a big chunks like smoked fish that's in there. Now we're gonna strain again. It has to be perfectly smooth. This one's gonna go straight to ice bath. We don't want hot stock to be inside our walk-in. It's gonna make our other produce bad. And now I'm gonna strain octo reduction, which is the same process as well. Just a little bit of squeeze on the octo heads just to get the last bit of octo juice inside. We're gonna strain one more time. And after this gets strained, we're gonna reduce even furthermore. By the time it gets finished, the final product, it should be around 2 cups. And really, with the amount that we've started, it's really, we're getting that tiny portion out of it. but that's what makes it so unique and so delicious, because you're putting all this effort to create such a complicated sauce and yet so simple. We're gonna just bring upstairs and then we're gonna reduce even more. We have our golden liquid here for octopus. We're gonna simmer for another few more hours until it becomes nice paste to it. All this work is just to make an octo aioli that goes with our octopus, which is very essential sauce for our signature dish. It's 1:15 right now, and now we're gonna go into making our red kimchi. This is our napa cabbage. We soak it in our salt solution. When you kind of know it's ready, it's like when the cabbage bends almost like a rubber and it's flexible. What salt water kind of does is it really breaks down the cell wall of this cabbage. It helps the lactic acid bacteria to go inside the cabbage. That's how the fermentation begins. This has been soaked for 2 days. You just want to squeeze the water out completely. We've squeezed all the cabbage out. Now let's go into a red pasting process. This rice paste right here, it's rice and water cooked down till rice breaks down. The starch is gonna break down to sugar, and then it's gonna go into red kimchi base, which consists of spicy flakes, mu, which is a radish, scallion, anchovy sauce, shrimp sauce, salty shrimp. These were all made yesterday. You kind of want to let it sit for a day, so it itself, its own, starts to ferment. Kimchi itself is very traditional, the way we do here. The red kimchi goes inside our kimbap. It's one of our signature menu as well. We fry the seaweed that's been dried out with rice paste. We roll it into the circular cylinder shape, and then inside we will put the seasoned truffle rice. Within that rice, we would add pickled mu, which is a pickled radish, and we will also add kimchi into it. And that way, we're creating something unique. And just like any other preps that we do, like making stocks, this kimchi takes many, many days just so we can put this tiny bit of kimchi inside one of our dish. We just want to make sure we get that flavor that no one has tried before. The longer you store it, it ferments longer. It brings out more sour flavor, more umami flavor to it. Usually, it takes around a week to 2. So we have to plan out way before to make sure we have enough kimchi for following months. I try to make sure everything is very tightly spaced. This bacteria, they really thrive in an anaerobic environment. That's what I'm also doing right now, where I'm just trying to take out any air bubbles that's inside, so this kimchi can ferment properly. We just put this in, and then we're gonna just leave it outside, and then we're just gonna wait until it ferments completely. It's 2:30 p.m. right now. I'm gonna go over the allergies with our host, Gia.
We have bar, 1 allergy pineapple, raw, cooked, not okay.
So for no raw pineapple, not cooked, it'll be a kalbi change to cod.
1 allergy to raw seafood. Cooked seafood, caviar, seaweed, all okay.
For no raw seafood, we'll send prawn instead of striped jack. Instead of sending yellow kimbap, we'll send bulgogi kimbap.
Thank you, Chef.
Thank you. It's 4 o'clock. This is the last thing I'm going to do to prepare for service. Service starts at 5. My station is, I work on the pass right here. As the chef expo fires a dish, our line cook's gonna start cooking their proteins, and my job is to plate those proteins as they come. This is cast iron. In Korea, we have this traditional dish called nurungji. We're gonna have ink rice, and which is mixed with the kimchi that we were doing earlier. We're gonna be putting that on here, creating that crispy, nice rice texture to it. After service, there may be a little bit of water after it's being washed. We wanna just clean that rustic part in the cast iron, and we just wanna make sure it's coated well with our oil. Sometimes if it's not coated properly, the rice gets stuck very hard, and those rice tends to burn. Ever since we got our 3-star, it's a lot of pressure. People throughout the world, they're finding out about us, and in order to meet the expectation that the world has provided, we just want to make sure we send out food flawless, everything plates very way it's supposed to be, no shortcut. I just finished polishing the pan. It's 4 9:30 right now. We're starting service soon, and I have more tasks to do, so I will have to have you guys leave now, and I appreciate it coming by.